Hey people, how's it going? It's Packlord21 here. As you might know, I've been streaming some Conan Exiles here, and I wanted to give you guys a little bit of a guide on how to do this as a beginner player. If you go and do the tutorial, you will log in and you will see this guy, followed by a chest right about here and a chest here. This chest here will contain gear that you can get. I would just recommend grabbing that regardless of what you plan on doing. This chest here contains a skip quest thing. Either you can skip a quest and you will be teleported into this glorious hall, or you can choose to do the quest, in which case, with all of his dialogue, you have to pay very careful attention to what it is he is asking you to do all the way along the way. You have to read like every single word, and you have to pay attention to every little detail and to do the quest, because there is zero quest tracking, absolutely zero. So if you want to go ahead and do the tutorial, you have to follow everything he says. Okay, if you choose to skip the tutorial, you're going to find yourself here. And what this is the faction hall. And what you do here is you choose your faction. You've got all the 6 different factions, and I'll link you guys some information below that will help you determine which faction you want to go into. But yep, these are the 6 factions. So you're going to want to go into one. I'll show you here. This is the faction I chose. Each one gives you different armor, different building stuff, different magic, all that kind of stuff. So you want to do your research ahead of time and know which faction you want to choose before you get in here. Alright, but this is the faction I chose, so you're going to go in here and talk to this person, and then you should be able to, I'm not quite sure how this works with skipping the quest, but you should be able to go into here. There'll be some people who can, the one lady in here gives you a quest, so there's stuff like that in there. But then after you're done in your faction hall, you've chosen your faction, you're going to want to come out here. And this is so that you don't miss magic altogether, because it's very, very easy to. Alright, so you're going to come up here. You're going to turn right or left, doesn't matter. Going to go down here. And this is the Hall of Arcane, or whatever they call it in here. As you can see, we've got lots of cool magic-y stuff coming around, flowing around, and we've also got a Gen Shadow wondering what I'm doing, but I'm making the video right now, so gonna let him know. Alright, well, this is the Arcane Hall, whatever you want to call it, and then this guy is the guy that you talk to. You're going to want to learn the mystic arts, and you're going to want to accept all of these quests. And then you might even want to write down, like, some of these quests, what he wants you to do. Like, I wrote down all the stuff that he wants to complete this quest. So then you can continue to, you know, make your path down the Tree of Magics.
If you are ever in doubt,
and then that will unlock a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, so what that will unlock is under religion, under the Cold Embrace, that unlocks, at least for me, it unlocks all these building materials here. Yours are going to be different depending on the faction that you chose, and it unlocks all of this armor. It's got this medium staff, that obviously got higher tier building materials, higher tier equipment, all that stuff. That's where you're going to find the stuff from your faction there. And then, see, this is more stuff from Age of Calamitous. This starts obviously when you're level 70. But yeah, that's what that is. Then for building more of that stuff, this is the ancient arts. That's what he teaches you. This is where you learn how to make your essence blasts and stuff. Art of the craft, this is what unlocks a lot of these crafting stations and stuff with Age of Calamitous. All this stuff is going to be important for crafting your factions materials and stuff later on, as well as all of the tools that come with, let me see here, where are they? Oh yeah, all of the tools and stuff that come with this, all of that needs to be crafted through these crafting stations, and then they kind of give you some information on how to do that. And then there's another piece here that I'm going to show you. Okay, so say you need to learn how to make, let's say, copper. Okay, so you can just do a Control F copper, or where to mine it. You see this grand resource mine. I think they actually removed this, so you can kind of ignore that. Stone, ironstone. Those are both, it drops those in low amounts on those. Coal drops it in low amounts. Silverstone. And then you can look up, where do you mine copperstone, brimstone, tin ore, and copper ore. This is one that was added into the game, and you can search where that is. It's in the Lost City area. But yeah, this kind of gives you a good idea of where you get stuff. Like, what's the one thing? There's crystals. Let me see here. Yeah, if you're looking for uncut ruby, sapphire, yep, and all these, then you harvest uncut gems, okay? And so then if you're going to look for, okay, now I need to learn where my uncut gems are, because, I need uncut gems to make something, something in the, what is it? There should be a jewelry thing. There's a jewelry thing somewhere in here. Yeah, here we go. I need it to make a ruby shard to craft one of my Age of Calamitous tools here. So, where do I find that? Well, now you go, okay, so I'm going to search for the uncut ruby, and that's where you find this. Uncut ruby, or uncut gems like these are gathered from crystals, okay. And so then what you're going to want to do is go into here, look at our map, and we are going to look for crystals. So we're going to uncheck all these. Let's see, uncheck. Alright, and we're going to look for crystals. Alright, so here's where we're going to find our crystals to give us that equipment. Same kind of thing. If you're looking for XYZ materials, you can find information on where to get the Age of Calamitous materials from vanilla materials in here. So I'm going to leave a link to this, and I'm going to leave a link to the map, as well as a link to the different factions and what they look like. This also includes information about the factions, so that should help give you a good idea of how to use a lot of the Age of Calamitous stuff. And now I'm going to show you, once you exit, what to do from there. So this is where you exit. You can see all the faction halls over there. You can see the guy over there. This is where you're going to want to exit. And I'll show you where it drops you off here. Alright, once this loads, alright, here we are. We are in the world, in the actual world. This is not a very familiar place with those who are familiar with vanilla, the vanilla game. You'll get here through quests as well. If you continue, or if you go to the tutorial route, you'll get to this place. This is right here between G and H down here. This is kind of another little area that's been added by Age of Calamitous. Obviously, there's the faction hall. When you go through that portal right there, it teleports you over there. So one of the fastest ways to get here, if you need to get here again, is you can teleport to this teleporter right here. Go along, I would suggest going along the river here to H. Then there's this path. This path follows about right up here. It connects right up about here on H2. I can kind of show you here. Right about here is where this connects to the map. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to H2, H3, and then you're going to want to come down right about to this spot here is where the path goes. You're going to follow that, and you go all the way down here. And that's basically how you get down here. And then same thing, from here you're going to want to run up, right up to here, and then you're into the world again. And that's how I would recommend going through here, because if you try, if you teleport here, you try running this way, there's a lot of really dangerous creatures and stuff along this route. This is very dangerous, and you're quite likely to die. Running along this route, you can do it fairly safely without really having much. Like, you just hold down the shift bar and you're gonna make it just fine. Don't try and fight stuff along the way, and you're gonna make it just fine. Alright, hopefully that helps people who are starting out. Now you know what to expect once you first load into the game, how to use Age of Calamitous materials, all that good stuff. So I hope this helps. If it does, leave me a like, share, comment, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.